another incarnation. All these about
Shlomo's Yarzeit.
Later, did it get to where we're at?
Let's do it. Let's fire it up, Buffy. Let's go, baby. Let's fire it up. Let's go. Bezrat Hashem Chevra, let's continue to bring peace to the world, simcha to the world, like we see on Jono's face. L'chaim, l'chaim, l'kavod Shabbos Kodesh, l'kavod Chanukah, Rav Shlomo's Yarzeit. A lot is in the air. A tefillah b'shem Kol Yisrael, b'shem Kol Yisrael for Pesach. Reuven ben Yosef Asar B'Chabas Yehudis, Yonah Bas Pasa, Shir Bas Pasa, Sanai Reuven ben Mani, and every neshama in Klal Yisrael. Ribono Shalom, Hashem our God and God of our fathers. God of compassion, help us fulfill your purpose and attain the good you want us to, you give to us. Let us serve you at all times, generally and wholeheartedly. Let us turn away from all evil and always do what is good in your eyes so as to come to our true destiny. In every action we take in this world and everything we become involved in, let our only purpose be to attain the ultimate good, so that eventually this action or involvement will lead us to our true destiny. Don't let us do anything, say anything, or become involved in anything that is not bound up with attaining this ultimate purpose. Let us fulfill the verse, know him in all your ways, and he will strengthen your paths. Let all of our actions be for the sake of heaven. Bezrat Hashem. Halacha l'maisa. Jono, it's great to see you. So good. So good. So good. Are you in YU right now? All right, Geshmak. Geshmak, you are. That's how I am. Don't want to disrupt. So, oh, there we go. Hilchos Shabbos, right? Stealing Torah, even in the base, stealing Torah. Unbelievable. So, we're on the 12th halacha in Hilchos Shabbos in Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. Here we go. On the first night, the one who's lighting recites, before lighting, the following three blessings: the Hadlik, She'asa Nisim, and She'achianu. And on the rest of the nights, he recites the first two blessings, but does not recite the She'achianu blessing. After he's recited the blessings, he lights one candle. And while he's lighting the other candles, he recites the passage, Haneros Halalu, Haneros Halalu, Koidash Hem. And when a convert recites the blessings, instead of reciting She'asa Nisim Avosenu, who has wrought miracles for our father, he recites She'asa Nisim LeIsrael, who has wrought miracles for Israel. However, if he said Avosenu for our forefathers, he has fulfilled his obligation. In the case of an onen, God forbid, if there's another person available, the other person should light the menorah and recite the blessings, and he and the onen should respond with Amen. If there is no other person with him, he should light but without reciting the blessings. Bezrat Hashem Chabra. Weiter. So everybody knows that we're nearing Shabbos, we're nearing Hanukkah, 45 days until Hanukkah. And also today is a very special day. It's Rav Shlomo's Yarzeit. And we went over this teaching before, and it's very, like, when I saw it again today, it was just like, wow, it's like too sweet not to do again. And plus, kind of forgot it, but it's the most important teaching in the world. And let's just start right now. So it's we're going to start with a quote from Rav Shlomo, and then we're going to go with a story, just living the quote and just giving us a taste of how we could apply it to our lives. So Rav Shlomo says like this: you are born into the world, but until someone comes to you and tells you, I love you, you are still a stranger in the world. You feel like a stranger. You're not really here yet. What does this mean, Chaver? The Zohar Kadosh says, to take a stranger and invite him into my house means I'm giving this person even more existence than God gave him. What does this mean? God sent him into the world and he is here. But this is not real existence yet. Why? The real existence of a person has to be given by another person. Right? We know the greatest gift in the world is giving someone else your Shabbos. Right? It's not just enough for us to experience our own Shabbos, but to give it to someone else, that's a whole nother level. So what happens if I drink a Coca-Cola and make a bracha over it? What am I doing to the Coca-Cola? Right, there are the vending machines on YU, vending machines on Herzliya. What do we do when we buy that Coca-Cola? I'm giving it existence. How am I giving it existence? Because so far the Coca-Cola was like nothing. Or imagine I say hello to a little dog. What am I doing to the dog? I'm giving him existence. He was like a little stranger walking around in the world. And you know what my sweetest friend says, Rav Shlomo? Even God needs to give him existence. God is there, but until I really say he's there, he's not really there. There's a belief, but then there's knowing. Right? The Coca-Cola, you buy the Coca-Cola, but then when you say a bracha over the Coca-Cola, you're giving it existence. Right? It was neutral, but then it's like, I know. It's the Coca-Cola. So, Chaver, let's open up our hearts to this story. It was if it was confusing, too wordy of a quote, too wordy of a lot going on there. The dog analogy, the Coca-Cola. But let's go into the story. So this story, guys, happened. It was told firsthand. It's someone who experienced it firsthand. It's this book called Holy Brother. It's a book of a compilation of Rav Shlomo stories based off people who experienced it firsthand, literally seeing it happen. So they had all been rigorously trained in their youth to view the performance of mitzvot, which means good deeds, as the highest good. But they really couldn't help it. When this particular Jewish panhandler walked through the portals of the yeshiva Erev Shabbos, Friday afternoon before the Sabbath, they fled. All these students fled when this guy walked in. In the 1940s, the young men of Lakewood Yeshiva were accustomed to their building being occasionally used as a sanctuary by society's rejects. Indeed, they welcomed the opportunity to do chesed, right, which means acts of kindness, which they performed earnestly and warmly for these lost souls. But this particular man, there was no way to put it politely. He just stink. He smells so bad. There's one man who walked in the base one day. The odor was so venomous, in fact, that as soon as he entered the big yeshiva hall, one by one, the Bachrim, one of the students, slunk out of the room and disappeared until there was no one left but young Shlomo Carlebach. When Shlomo was repulsed by the man's offensive smell, one will never know. One will never know if he actually was repulsed by it. Perhaps because by virtue of his own spiritual nature, he only inhaled the divine and sweet fragrance of every person's soul. He never even noticed. But whether he steeled himself against the fumes or was oblivious to them, he alone approached the guy who stunk, and gently said, "My sweetest friend, welcome. Let us give you something to eat, to drink. Please come up to my room and spend Shabbos with me by giving someone else your Shabbos." The man was mentally confused, so Shlomo gently led him to his room, where he helped him bathe. As he disposed of the man's ragged and foul-smelling clothes, his glance fell on his bed, where that morning he had carefully prepared and laid out the one and only Shabbos suit he owned. That Shabbos, everyone in Lakewood Yeshiva talked about how resplendent and proud the man looked, right? The stinky guy looked, buffed and polished, gleaming in Shlomo's Shabbos suit. Young Carlebach, on the other hand, was dressed in his everyday clothes, an unheard of thing to do on Shabbos, a desecration almost. But nonetheless, he also shone with the light of love. Chavra, I think the avoda and what Rav Shlomo is trying to bring to the world is giving other people existence, right? Sometimes it's good to be in the ark of Noah, but sometimes, and a lot of times, it's really good to go out of our tent, go out of our comfort zone, and to go to strangers, to ignite conversation to the person next to us, because who knows, that person may be the holiest soul in the world. B'ezrat Hashem, we should have that holy patience with people. We should have that vision, and we should continue to take the already inherently beautiful, the Chelek Elokami Mal Mamish, and reveal it to the world. Questions, comments, please feel free. Jono, it's so good to see you. Fired up.
Jack, I've never been on this. It never works out with my time, but today I was standing around. I'm so happy I joined. It's beautiful.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy to see you, bro. So you're doing well? You're doing well?
Yeah, thank God I'm doing well. Baruch
Baruch Hashem. Jono, have the most beautiful Shabbos. Let's go up to the next person we see, and spark some conversation. B'ezrat Hashem.
Amen.
Well, my friend.
Thanks.
All right, see you soon.